Michael... Wait, who am I supposed to be talking about again? Oh, Arthur? There's a lot I could say about Michael. You know, a lot of positive things. He's tall, skinny. There's a lot of positive things I can say about Arthur. Like his HIV. I've been through a lot with Michael, and not always so good. Not always so good. I'd say, for the most part, he's a good guy to have around. One time, me and Michael went to prison, and he sold me for a carton of cigarettes. I've never forgiven him. He's good for a good joke. Yeah. Like the other day, I was naring his legs, and he had his leg up on the sink, and his left ball popped out. I about flipped my shit. It was the single most hilarious thing. I guess you could say that Michael is like an anchor in the way that he's really heavy and he just weighs me down. And he just weighs me down. And I try to keep on going, but he just weighs me down. Arthur's very Spanish. Okay, he one time made empanadas, and I about burnt his hand off. He was emptying out the hot oil into the sink, and I turned the water on. And you know what happens when cold water hits hot oil? It's pretty much an eruption. And I knew that. I just wanted to see him suffer a little bit. Call me a bad person, but it's fun to watch Arthur suffer. I'm sorry. The main reason why I like to have him around. What would I say if I was at Michael's funeral? The world will miss all of your glitter and bon voyage. I'll miss you, I guess. If I were to speak at Arthur's funeral, I would probably just say, wow, you made it this far. Congratulations. I didn't expect you to live past 15. I mean, crossing that border must have been one hell of a hardship. Michael's under the impression that I'm Mexican, and I keep telling him that I'm Cuban. Two very different things, but he loves to
he loves to crack all these jokes, like, ooh, it's a little smelly, maybe it's the Mexican in the room, and then everyone sort of laughs at me. Or one time, he lay down on his bed, and it was a tad moist, and he said, "Oh, I see Arthur put his back on this." You know, I guess it's kind of clever. But I'm not Mexican.
Arthur's not Mexican? Well, if Arthur's not Mexican, how come I caught him sneaking over my fence that one time? Or how come I buy my oranges from his parents? Think about that.
I suppose it's not so bad having him as a best friend. I mean, I certainly go to a pharmacist a lot more, and I take a lot more Zoloft and Prozac and a lot more sleep medication. I cry a lot more. I haven't really eaten anything for a few days. I have no feeling in the right half of my body. I don't think it has too much to do with him. Just slightly. Only slightly.
Arthur says I'm too pretty. Okay, well he doesn't say it as much as he thinks it. But I mean, how can you judge perfection?
I guess if I was locked in a room with him for more than 2 hours, well, have you ever seen the movie Misery? When Kathy Bates, she breaks that guy's foot with a hammer. I think it might be something like that.
There's not really much else to say. Arthur Emmanuel. That's him. Do I look pretty today?
Gorgeous.